Alright, yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another little video. So today we have got new map info, I guess we could call it. So with 8.11, Breeze and Split will be leaving. Haven will return with the new map. What do I think of this? I'm not happy. I don't think it makes much sense. I think Split, yeah, okay. I think this map is fine to be taken out of the pool. But Breeze? Breeze? Really? Like, every time I talk about this, like, just keep in mind I'm talking it from, like, a competitive, but more, like, VCT approach. And I just don't understand with Breeze. Like, I know the map's stale in a way, but its comp sort of, like, variety is perfect. I think, like, you know, we've seen so many teams approach this map in different ways. You could run Gecko, you can run Gecko Viper, you can run Viper Omen, Harbor Omen, you know, Viper Astra. Like, I think the comps with this map made it interesting. Like, each team can approach it differently. We can have a Yoru Jet, we can have just a Yoru, and then when you compare maps like Icebox, are we really leaving Icebox in the map pool? When, in my opinion, it is probably more bland and more, I'm trying to be kind here, awful of a map than Ascent. Ascent might be basic and bland, but it's still fun to play. Like, same again, you can have, I know most teams don't actually change the comps, they still run the double initiator and standard, but like, Icebox is so boring in the way it's played. You know, I think the only reason that Valorant haven't took out Icebox, in my opinion, is because they just don't want to accept that they've messed up. But then again, I guess we've got to wait for this new map. Haven is a massive W, okay? Haven returning, huge W. To be honest, I don't think that map needs any changes. Maybe just a bit more cover. On C site, maybe A site as well, just because with like Gecko being in the meta, and I do think Gecko will probably be played on that map quite a lot. I think, you know, the map's perfect as it is, but I'm not happy about Breeze going and like Icebox and Ascent still being in the map pool. Like, you know, if you read the comments, get rid of Ascent. Yeah, I actually don't know why we don't have Fracture or Pearl back. Like Valorant had the chance to do something epic, and they've sort of missed the bag on this one. The other thing I did want to touch on is where is it? Is it this? Oh yeah, so replay system coming in. I think this is a major W. They don't actually show any clips here, but that is still a major W. And then they briefly mentioned about Duelist changes. Yeah, so they're going to nerf satchel mobility for Raze. I think this is just Valorant sort of realizing that with Jet and Raze being so prominent in the meta, with the dash and the satchels, and the other agents not really having any sort of mobility, they're sort of like, right, okay, well, let's nerf Raze, which I don't agree with. I really don't agree with. Like, we nerf Raze, we give Neon a better slide. ISO's double tap shield, I think this is useless. I could predict them maybe adding like a movement speed boost to this. I think if we look at like the way they've introduced Clove, I think they're trying to introduce more agents that have got more speed and more movement so they can act as an entry. But I still don't think this actually fixes the duelists in any way. Like, if we look at Valorant and the maps, there's very small chokes. It's really hard to get into the site sometimes. If you've got a decent comp, you can basically isolate chokeholds really well. And then what? Reyna help make her more team-based? I mean, you can't base anything off of these changes just yet, but I think if they're really going to nerf the satchel mobility, I think this is a big L. I think this is just Valorant's way of going, well, hang on, instead of us buffing all the poor agents to make them as good as Raze and Jet, let's knock Jet and Raze down a few pegs and make them pretty poor, and then make the other agents great. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but they are listening, and replays are coming into the game, and I'm glad they're taking the time with it. But I think, like, Valorant has a huge map problem. a humongous map problem. Like, I think, you know, FNS and a couple of the pros have spoken about it recently. On Valorant maps, on the site, you can't really hold from many places. There's not much cover. And with Valorant introducing more and more agents with sort of OP utility, like the Gecko Molly, for example, you can't really play on site. And we're falling into a pretty heavy retake simulator with almost every map now. But yeah, that's it for this video. Just a quick little one talking about the changes that are coming with 8.11. 8.11, I guess you could call it. But yeah, if you like the video, hit the follow, hit the subscribe. I have posted my VCT Shanghai predictions for group stage, so make sure you check that one out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.